This is my holding pond. I keep my seedlings in here and more unusual plants that I want to see how they are going to develop using aquaponics. There are no fish in this pool. I feed the plants with sea salt and fish emulsion. This is a Rapunzel tomato tree. It's nearly 2 meters high. This produces prolific tomatoes. There I have basil and strawberries. That's beetroot. I have some lettuce there, and there's stevia, which is a herb which is as sweet as sugar without the side effects of sugar. I also like to grow some flowers for the bees and also to make the garden look pretty. This is an above ground swimming pool that I set up. I have 800 plants in this pool. This is my main pool. Beautiful big fat tomatoes. And they're all growing in those little cups in the float rafts. I have basil at the base of the tomatoes. And there are some of my fish. A great crop of celery. As you can see, the tomatoes are thriving. And there I have nasturtiums, which are a favourite of the bees. They sort of die off and then they come back again because the seeds drop down onto the float mats and reseed. This is the other side of my main pool. That pipe is the inlet to my biofilter. The core stuff is filtered in this one, and a lot of it drops to the bottom. It flows out of that pipe into the rest of the biofilter, which I also use as a grow bed. I have pawpaws growing in here, tomatoes, celery, and it flows out the top of that tank into the bottom of this one. I've got spaghetti plants in there, a couple more pawpaws, which are thriving. As you can see, looks like a jungle. I've got 6 biofilters on this system because it needs the extra biological material for the 30,000 litres that's in this pool. Also have flowers, and then it comes out of that pipe there. This circulates the water 5 times every 24 hours. And there are the float rafts that I use. The roots of the plants go down into the water that are protected by shade cloth so that the fish don't eat them. This is another system. This is my first system that I made up. This was my experiment. They are slimline pools that I cut the top off and just laid flat. The water circulates. That is my biofilter, which is full of 20 ml gravel. And this is also a filter. The solids that are not filtered out through the filter sink to the bottom here. The water flows downhill from here, then across to that bottom tank down there, and then along to this tank, and then it's sucked back up by the pump and out again. Each of these tanks are 2 meters by 3 meters and can hold 280 plants.